zone. Okay, so this is change of character, right? So we begin to look for our sales. Price came back and took up this place with this area. Okay, price came, so this is change of character at this zone. So what do we expect? We expect a pullback. So anywhere in this zone, we see, look at where price actually rejected from. Price pulled back at this zone, so I'll mark this high. Can you see this other block? Price came back, just tap it, just a simple tap, and continue to go down. Okay, so price now cost a BMS. Oh, remember, if you look at this zone on Tuesday, price formed a low. This zone is the low of Tuesday. This is the low of Tuesday. So price rejected on this OB. So if you are watching your zone, look at a bearish engulfing. Look at a clean bearish engulfing on this zone. Put your stop loss here, which is about 27 pips. And since then, price went down to, price gave about so if you reach 27 pips, you'll be making 239 pips just yesterday and today. The rejection was clean. Can you see how price rejected and gave us these wholesales down here, right? So this was a very simple trade to catch. Can you see how price came back? So at the moment, let me take this away. So you see how price rejected. So price came back after, if you miss this entry, you can see how price broke low of yesterday, which is this area, low of Tuesday. And see how price broke this area and came back to retest it. So this buy candle, some people will be confused. But if you bought this trade here, I'm wondering why you bought this trade, because if you look at your left, there is no support zone for you to buy. So this is middle of nowhere. Buying this trade is a very wrong move. This is middle of nowhere, so you can't call this a support. It's not a good support zone. Price just came, pushed back. So if you are the part of the people that trade only candles, you definitely lose this trade because you saw bullish engulfing, you now click buy. This is totally wrong because there is no zone here to buy your trade. So it was just simple manipulation. So price came back, retested this zone. Can you see how price retested this low of Tuesday, which is expected? When price break a support zone, it always comes back to make it a resistance. And then after it rejected with this week, it was a sharp tap. What happened next? Let me bring this lower. Can you see? Price gave us another sweet bearish trigger, right? It's bearish trigger. Can you see? Put your stop loss at this high. Bring your trade down. This is another second entry of this trade. This is another second entry. Okay. Can you see how price came down? Alright. So if you missed this second entry too, there is another place you can also get an entry. Price came back, retested this area, gave us another big push. Okay. Can you see this zone? Price came back. So put your stop loss here. This was a very nice trade and gave us all these profits. Just between yesterday and today, you see how many trades we have taken, and you see how price have retested and changed character. So it's now showing us sells on the lower time frame. So if this lower time frame is in alignment with our higher time frame, which is weekly and daily, because on the weekly and daily we are expecting sales and our H1 is showing us sales, then we are in right line with the market. So if you do not enter trades on the H1, if you go down to maybe M30, let's use M30 first. Let's see what's happening. I'll take off this, right? I'll take off all this. Let's see what's happening in M30. Because we noticed price was still buying on the daily, on H4, and on M30, So if you switch to your line charts, price was buying before. Okay, can you see series of higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, and now begin to see change of character in our M30. Okay, price came and gave us this push from here, created a low, gave us this push, took out this high. All right, price took out this high, this tiny wick, pushed down, came up, but couldn't really take out this high. Okay, it grabbed little liquidity and now came down to this low and broke it. Can you see the break? All right, so when price broke this zone, we're expecting change of character. All we have to wait is for a pullback. So price came back to this zone. This is H2 H1 OB order block. Price came back and gave us a very nice tap. Can you see this sweet bearish engulfing, which also grabbed liquidity? Look at the previous high. Look at the previous high of this candle. Okay, look at the previous high. Can you see how price grabbed liquidity? Can you see how price grabbed liquidity on this zone and then gave us very nice bearish engulfing and then went down? This is an entry on M30. This is an entry on M30. Okay, and gave us sales. So I'll take off all this. All right, and gave us sales, and also same thing happened here. All right, so this is now in line with our weekly, our daily time frame. So what we should be expecting in this market at this moment is to see where areas where prices will be rejecting for us to look for sales. But remember, on our H4, price has not yet changed character. H4 price is still in alignment with higher time frame bullish market. If you switch to line charts, you see higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Price came to retest this zone, so we are still watching to see what will happen at this area. For the sake of this lower time frame, we will be expecting sales until we see otherwise. So what you have to do is to wait for price to come to your zone and then see what will happen. All right, so watch my next video to see what I will be expecting in USDJPY. At the moment, price is at the middle of nowhere, so there is no point trying to buy or sell this market. Price is at the middle of nowhere, though we can see a tap on this zone. But the big question is, what is this zone? Is this zone really valid? So let me know in the comment section if you'll be looking to sell at this zone, or if you'll be looking for price to come higher. Maybe try people that sell here, come higher before you take your sales, or if you continue buying without looking for sales. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, watch the next video and see what I'm expecting in my USDJPY. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe and ask questions in the comment section. Thank you.